Hello and welcome back to the Amateur Entrepreneur. This is the first episode of we're reading the chapters of the book The Story of My Experiments with Truth by Mahatma Gandhi. It's an autobiography, and today we are going to read the first chapter. It's about the birth and parentage of Mahatma Gandhi, and I know today also I'm late. Cause I got exhausted again. Cause yesterday I danced a lot. 2 hours. Yeah, I think 2 hours. So and even after recording this, I have to hit the gym. So don't worry, but we are gonna cover the chapter today. First, I thought of omitting it for today, but I thought maybe I can just do it. So let's start by reading the first chapter, Birth and the Parentage. The Gandhis belonged to the Baniya caste and seem to have been originally grocers. Okay, those who sell things. But for 3 generations from my grandfather, they have been prime minister in several Kathiawad states. Okay, from the later 3 generation. Kathiawad states. I don't know what was the Kathiawad state. So in order to understand the story better, I should write this down, the Kathiawad states. So maybe I could be able to connect with this later on, like what was the Kathiawad states. Uttamchand Gandhi, also alias Ota Gandhi, and my grandfather must have been a man of principle. State intrigue. I'm not able to pronounce this word. Intrigues. Intrigues. I'm gonna write down that word. Intrigues. Okay. Compelled him to leave Porbandar, where he was Diwan, and to seek refuge in Junagadh. There he saluted the Nawab with the left hand. Someone, noticing the apparent discourtesy, asked for an explanation, which was given thus: the right hand is already pledged to Porbandar. Okay, maybe it could be some sort of tradition, but good, yeah. Ota Gandhi married a second time, having lost his first wife. He had 4 sons by his first wife and 2 by his second wife. I do not think that in my childhood I ever felt or knew that these sons of Ota Gandhi were not all of the same mother. The 5th of these 6 brothers was Karamchand Gandhi, alias Kaba Gandhi, and the 6th was Tulsidas Gandhi. Both these brothers were prime ministers in Porbandar. I don't know how things works at that time, like the prime ministers. Yeah, I'll read about it later on. One after the other. Kaba Gandhi was my father. He was a member of Rajasthanic court. Rajasthanic court. Let me write that down. Rajasthanic court. It is now extinct. Okay, but in those days it was a very influential body for settling disputes between the chiefs and their fellow clansmen. Okay. He was for some time prime minister in Rajkot and then in Vankiner. I don't know the name. Vankiner. He was a pensioner of the Rajkot state when he died. Okay. I think that pensioner system was introduced by the British. It could be same sort of but I don't know. Kaba Gandhi married 4 times in succession, having lost his wife each time by death. Okay. He had 2 daughters by his first and second marriage. His last wife, Putli Bai, bore him a daughter and 3 sons, I being the youngest. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi was the youngest. My father was a lover of his clan. Truthful, brave, generous, but short-tempered. Okay. To a certain extent, he might have been given to carnal pleasures. Okay. Carnal pleasures, maybe lust, sort of that. For he married for the 4th time when he was over 40. Okay. But he was incorruptible and had earned a name for strict impartiality in his family as well as outside. Okay. His loyalty to the state was well known. An assistant political agent spoke insultingly of the Rajkot Thakur Sahib, his chief, and he stood up to the insult. The agent was angry and asked Kaba Gandhi to apologize. This he refused to do and was therefore kept under detention for a few hours. But when the agent saw that Kaba Gandhi was adamant, that's a new word I don't know about. So I'm gonna write that down. Adamant. Its meaning is like firm in decision. Like I'm saying this. It doesn't matter what anyone else is saying. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. This behavior is called maybe adamant. He ordered him to be released. Okay. My father never had any ambition to accumulate riches and left us very little property. Okay, he had no education save that of experience. At best, he might be said to have read up to the 5th Gujarati standard. Of history and geography, he was innocent, but his rich experience of practical affairs stood him in good stead, maybe position. Write that down. Stead in the solution of the most intricate questions and in managing hundreds of men. Intricate. This is also a new word. Intricate, which basically means complex. Okay, of religious training he had very little, but he had that kind of religious culture which frequent visits to temples and listening to religious discourses make available to many Hindus. In his last days, he began reading the Gita at the instance of a learned Brahmin friend of the family, and he used to repeat aloud some verses every day at the time of worship. Okay. The outstanding impression my mother has left on my memory is that of saintliness. She was deeply religious. She would not think of taking her meal without her daily prayers. Going to Haveli, the Vaishnav temple, was one of her daily duties. As far as my memory can go back, I do not remember her having ever missed the Chaturmas. Maybe my mother knows what the Chaturmas is, but there is a little explanation for that also, like a period of 4 months vow of fasting and semi-fasting during the 4 months of the rain. The period is a sort of long Lent. New word, Lent. Okay, she would take the hardest vow and keep them without flinching. Flinching is a good word, but I haven't practiced that, so I think I must memorize this also. So I'm gonna write that down. Flinching. Illness was no excuse for relaxing them. I can recall her once falling ill when she was observing the Chandrayaan. Chandrayaan, okay. And there is also explanation for the Chandrayaan, a sort of fast in which the daily quantity of food is increased or diminished as per the moon waxes or wanes. Waxes or wanes. Another two new words. Yeah, I'm writing down these words, but I also need to memorize them, so it will be hard for me, but I'll do it. I'll do it. But the illness was not allowed to interrupt the observance. To keep 2 or 3 consecutive fasts was nothing to her. Living on one meal a day during Chaturmas was a habit with her. Not content with that, she fasted every alternate day during one Chaturmas. During another Chaturmas, she vowed not to have food without seeing the sun. The children on those days would stand staring the sky, waiting to announce the appearance of the sun to our mother. Everyone knows that at the height of the rainy season, the sun often does not condense to show his face. And I remember days when at his sudden appearance we would rush and announce it to her. She would run out to see with her own eyes, but by that time the fugitive sun, fugitive, new word. I'm writing down these words, but learning them, it's gonna take time. Do it. Okay. Fugitive sun would be gone, thus depriving her of her meal. Depriving her of her meal. That does not matter, she would say cheerfully, God did not want me to eat today, and then she would return to her round of duties. Great dedication. I am receiving a phone call which I will pick later. I don't know. My mother had strong common sense. She was well informed about all matters of state, and ladies of the court thought highly of her intelligence. Often I would accompany her, exercising the privilege of childhood, and I still remember many lively discussions she had with the widowed mother of the Thakur Sahib. Just one second. Okay, of these parents, I was born at Porbandar, otherwise known as Sudamapuri, on the 2nd October 1869. Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869. I passed my childhood in Porbandar. I recollect having been put to school. It was with some difficulty that I got through the multiplication tables. Okay, I mean, like many have problems with the multiplication. Those, like if I talk about myself, I had problem with learning the tables, multiplication tables. I remember I learned only up to 11 or 12 only. After that, I no matter whatever anybody says, I was not going to learn. I passed my childhood in Porbandar. I recollect having been put to school. It was with some difficulty that I got through the multiplication tables. The fact that I recollect nothing more of those days than having learned, in company with other boys, to call our teacher all kind of names. The same thing I also did. Calling our teachers with really funny names, principal teachers and all. Would strongly suggest that my intellect must have been sluggish and my memory raw. Yeah, that time same happens. I can connect with him. Maybe you guys too. Okay, moving to the next. Okay, First chapter is over. Good. One new word, sluggish. Sluggish, maybe like slow memory, slow or not very impressive, not splendid. So this was the first chapter, the birth and parentage of Mahatma Gandhi, and it finished so fast. It was just like in a story. So I'm not able to recollect the chapter. Like Mahatma Gandhi was from Bania family, but from the past 3 generations, his parents were prime ministers of place in Gujarat, Porbandar, not Porbandar, it was different. Okay, no worries. So they were prime ministers, and MK Gandhi's father was Kaba Gandhi, and he was maybe fond of carnal pleasures, and he married 4 times, I think, yeah, and the MK Gandhi was the youngest, and MK Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869. Yeah, you're noticing that my accent is getting changed. Like he was born on 1869. Like I don't want that kind of thing. This is really humiliating yourself, your own accent. You are humiliating your own accent. Just speak in your own accent, whatever you feel good. I think that's the good part. So, and after that he was born, he was put into the school. He had some issues with the multiplication tables, which I too had in my childhood, and he called his teachers with different names, but I don't think the teachers knows those names, which I think most of the students usually do. And that's it about the birth and the parentage of Mahatma Gandhi. So we will meet tomorrow for the second chapter, that is what's the name of the second chapter? The childhood. And it's also a small chapter, so tomorrow we will read the second chapter, the childhood of Mahatma Gandhi. But before that, I have to learn these new words, which were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 new words. I need to memorize them, and I need to dive deep into 2 concepts, maybe to like Khatiwad, or like what were the Khatiwad states at the time, and what was like the Rajasthani code, because I never heard about these 2 previously. So I think I should dive deep into them, not too deep, but just get the brief overview, and I'll try to memorize these 10 to 11 new words which I will use in my daily pronunciation, maybe just to improve my pronunciation skills. And from the I think from the brief overview, I memorized 3 words, which was dormant, which is like something which is currently at rest, but in future it may be active. And then we have the traverse, traverse is similar like travel, but travel mainly refers to moving from one place to another, but it used in the context of traveling on distance. But the traverse is used for the like moving from one point to another, but it could be used for the journey like from moving from childhood to adult. This could be a traverse sort of thing. And then the last one is the salvation. So these three words are those which I learned from which I learned, or I try to use them in my daily conversation in order to improve my pronunciation. um, yeah, that's it. Those are the three words which I learned from the brief overview. And then from the first chapter I got 12 new words, which is good, but for those I have to work on myself. I have to push myself to learn these 10 words. Then in the next chapter, who knows, there could be other 10 words. So it's really a good challenge, but I'll work on it. So that's it for today, guys. And tomorrow we will read the new chapter, which will be the childhood of Mahatma Gandhi. Till then, tada, bye bye, and thank you.